Hello. We're here today with the master himself, Brent Miller, the owner-operator of Brent Academy of Art in sunny South Florida. In addition to being an accomplished artist, Brent has been involved with faux finishing for the past 15 years. And today he's going to demonstrate a wood graining technique that will bring new life to an old bookcase or end table. Brent, come on in here and talk to us about this technique.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. I am Brent Miller. I've been faux finishing for quite a while now. And Rico, thank you for that introduction. What I want to bring to you in this series of faux finishing techniques in the near future, what we're going to be doing is bringing you different types of techniques, showing you different examples and how to apply them. We're going to make this real simple. This is not rocket science. I want to make everything so simple. I'm going to break down to the bare basics. So what we're going to do today is I want to feature wood graining. Simple, no big deal. I can't overemphasize how simple it is. But first, before we get started, allow me to tell you, it's only paint. Don't be afraid of anything. If you don't care for it, let's just wipe it out and get started. So again, here's your wood graining technique. This is what the end product will look like. But before we got started, this is what the cabinets look like. Now, they're beat up. That's all they are. It's a quality wood. You really can't get this quality wood anymore. But most people will look at this and it's ready for the trash can. But in reality, here's a beautiful piece of furniture sitting right here. And for pennies on the dollar, we make this thing look brand new. So before we get started, let me just go into a little bit of the prep and how things are done. What we want to do is apply a base coat. It's a primer. And this particular primer that I use bonds to everything. Metal, cabinet doors, Formica. You never thought you could paint them Formica? Not a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on a base coat. Now base coat comes into a yellow. Now yellow is important when you're dealing with wood because everything in nature has some kind of yellow in it. So the yellow is a good area to start. Well, here we are. So we got the piece. Okay. This is gray in color or whatever. But now we take a real inexpensive chip brush. Very simple brush. And all we're going to do, we dip it in the primer, and we're going to put strokes through this puppy right here. And the strokes will give us our base to our wood grain. Now this primer happens to be excellent bonding agents. Okay, you see how the strokes are coming in? See how the grain's starting to build up? And again, this is just a primer. This is how we get started. Now, once the primer is applied, give it about 6 hours. I like to let it sit overnight. Good 24 hours. This primer, like I was telling you earlier, bonds to everything. You know it's bonded when you go like that. Nothing's coming off. And here's the beauty of this primer. No sanding. This stuff is so easy. It's not labor intensive. Got a little creative side. Just go for it. So once the primer's on there, it sets up for a few hours, 6 hours till the next day. You come in here with what I use is a gel stain. Now this particular gel stain today I'm using is a walnut. Now this is where you start getting to the real meat and potatoes of the whole project. Again, it's just a real simple stain, ready for the trash. Not anymore. Nice little inexpensive chip brush. This whole project is like less than $15. And when you're done with everything, you have a beautiful piece. Okay. I've reworked kitchen cabinets, front doors, garage doors, vanities in people's homes, and I've been doing this for years. And this stuff holds up. Not to mention, it's very cost effective. You don't need to be pulling out your vanities and everything and paying for the plumber to come in and rehook everything up. Got everything right here. No more gel stain. Now all my products are tried and true. Been using them for a long time. Everything that I will bring to you in this workshop series that I'll be putting together for everyone is just to streamline everything. Take the fear out of it all. It's again, it's not rocket science. We all can have fun with it. You see how the gel just allowing me to create whatever I want. Once you start getting involved in some of those stains that are liquid, you lose control. It gets too thin, it gets sloppy, it splatters everywhere. I don't have a mess. It's right here. The only mess I got is if I put it on myself. But when it comes to wood graining, the reality of wood graining is, with this is you want it to look like wood, okay? I've been on some projects where people, if your kitchen cabinet goes this way, and the wood goes this way, well, that's the way the grain has to go. You just don't take it down the whole door and go like that, because that's not real wood. Real wood goes in a certain direction, and that's what we shoot for. I'm very much into realistic work. Okay, again, inexpensive brush, baby, you can do anything with it. Go like this, make all kinds of patterns. And you're only limited to your imagination. But it is all about the materials you use, okay? Again, this chip brush works for me. Other brushes you may favor, you find your element. And now, this has a little bit of a burl look to it. Then we come back here and do this. Anything you want. If you don't like it, you take it right out again. If the whole project falls apart on you, go back to the primer. Let it sit up, let it dry, just prime it back out. The beauty, once again, there's no sanding. Now we do this, and we let it sit up overnight. Maybe even another day. Give it 2 days. Give it a good time to dry. It'll be dry to the touch within a couple hours. And I just keep on playing with it. But it'll dry to the touch in a couple hours, and then you just relax with it because it takes overnight for it to cure. Now that's the second stage. The first stage, you got a primer. The primer gives you your base coat, how rich, how light your wood's going to be. It should always be on a yellow base, but you go towards the brown, because yellow and brown. So the deeper the base, the deeper the wood look. This is a little bit of a mid-tone. Now, you're not just limited to this one color. You can put color over top of color. Or we let this thing dry and come back in tomorrow and put another glaze over it. So here it is. It's sat up there for 24 hours. As you can see, the grain's in there. Now watch what happens when you take it again with another coat of it. Look how much tighter it gets. It got richer, right? It's like a watercolor painting. Every time you put another color over top of it, it just gets a little bit richer. And it's so cost effective, and it's so simple. You know, very easy to do. See how much richer that is? Okay? Now we let that sit up again overnight. Maybe give it 2 days if you choose. There's no hurry. Our next step is to seal it. So now, after we put the second coat of gel stain on there and made it a little bit richer, we're ready to seal it. Now the sealing product is very, it goes on milky, okay? And what that's going to do, it's going to protect our surface. Now the beauty of this sealer, again, I've been using these products for years, is, you see the sheen that's going on the box right now? That sheen is always going to be there now, okay? Where before you had that sheen, it kind of dulled a little bit. This is a non-yellowing product. It's an acrylic product. Okay, so your varnishes and your polyurethanes that are oil-based, they tend to yellow over a few months. But the bottom line is, once the sealer goes on there, see how nice and rich the color came back out? It's always going to be like that from now on. Now, the only thing you have to do after this is for cleaning these products once you do them, it's just soap and water. No pledge, none of these other kind of stuff, just soap and water and you're done. And this stuff will hold up for years. Been doing it for years. Thank you for joining me. Hope to see you in the future with our other parts of our series that's up and coming. I just want to give you a little taste of what we're going to be about and how simple folk finishing is. So until next time.